Yeah, good evening, everyone. So I welcome you all for this AWS Solutions Architect Training Program. So yes, let me just recap what we have spoken yesterday or maybe a day before yesterday's class. I hope everyone now is comfortable to see me and also hear my voice properly. Okay. So if there is any uncomfortness, please let me know by speaking itself. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just recap what we have spoken. So yesterday was a good time. I was explaining about the canvas initially. Yeah, we were going through the S3 storage, especially we have gone through S3 storage, the complete, I mean, the various features in S3 storage the previous day. And I also mentioned about the importance of this canvas account, which has been given to all of you. So yes, in the Canvas account, yes, we have gone through the features, especially how to get enrolled and what are all the things which are there, especially in the modules. So in the modules, we saw about the knowledge checks, and of course, we also gone through this what we call as the guided labs, especially. I did a demonstration of one of the guided labs, so I hope everyone should start working on this canvas. Very, you will appreciate a lot when you start doing all these things. And also, we have challenge labs, and I also instructed all of you not to start challenge labs now. You can start doing guided labs because it requires a little bit more understanding. And also, I shown you one of the important thing which is called as which is called as what is that? The one second. I'll also share my desktop. See, I can see that Vinay is not yet enrolled to this particular program. Vinay, please do it at the earliest. That is one important thing. So when I go to the modules, there is a
Yes, sir.
sandbox. Yeah, please complete. Don't delay all these things. Everyone has done, only you have not done.
Yes,
So
sir. By weekend I will be.
not by weekend, by today itself. Why weekend? Today, tomorrow, just finish off all those things. If
Yes,
there is
sir.
anything which is, sorry?
Actually, I do have like night shift and everything
That's
this
okay.
week.
That's
So,
okay. It will not take more than 5 minutes, right?
yeah, sure.
It will not take more than 5 minutes. It's okay. But still, just do all the practice things which are there. If you are not practicing, then it will be a big problem for all of you. So yes,
Yes.
yesterday in the sandbox, yeah, you can mute it. You can mute it. Yesterday, we were going through, especially the sandbox environment, and I was also doing, RDS. We have introduced about this RDS yesterday. So RDS stands for Relational Data Service, the data, basically relational database service, especially we can say that. Yeah, this is the sandbox environment. And then yesterday I have given all detailed instructions about how you can, what we call as, just a second, I did a wrong thing. I should have gone first to the student view and then do it. Yeah, now I can go to the sandbox. Where is that sandbox? Yes. So I have gone through database service. We understood about the differentiation between, oh, I refuse to connect. Yeah, it will connect.
It's not connecting for me. I tried multiple times, sir.
Now also?
Yeah, I changed the browser and then I was able to do that. There are some issue. We got some Google help also. We need to.
Maybe I'll try in incognito window. I tried there, but why it's not now? Now it's not working, or
For me, different browser it is working. The same browser it's working.
refuse to connect. It is mentioning
Yeah,
as
just to
refuse to
Google
connect.
it, they gave some kind of.
There can be some issue. Let me check in normal browser. Okay, I'll do a student login and then I'll try. Not this, not this. I should go with the educator login only. Let me see. Okay, I go to the student view. Yeah, it will take some time for me to refresh. There are some known issues also. Okay, meanwhile, I'll just recap the RDS part. We have created an RDS server. We learned about various type of RDS services. We also learned much prior to that all the other parts of elements of storage, that is storage gateway, snowball. I have given you a small explanation about the snowball and also the data sync, etc. All these things. See, and then we have initiated this RDS. See, one important thing which I want to tell you, all the recordings, I'm placing it in the Google folder with the same link. But the thing is that in the Google Drive, it will take approximately a day's time, I think, to see that based on the length of the file to see the authorization. So they will review whether that is not containing any illegal contents or something, then only it will be visible to all of you. Okay, that is the recent development which I learned today. So please, in case if you are not accessing the same day's video, you have to wait, I think, a day's time to get the video accessed. Okay, so that is the only thing which I can do. So yes, in RDS, yes, yesterday we have gone through, especially there are various kind of RDS services which are there, like especially which supports Microsoft SQL, MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, and Aurora. I specifically mentioned that some of them are vendor specific. MS SQL is Microsoft and MySQL is open source. It is not specific with any vendor. Oracle, you all know that, and Aurora is specific to, I mean, Amazon. So I'll also be detailing at a later stage. But Aurora is very much compatible with MySQL and PostgreSQL. And what Amazon claims, also I mentioned yesterday, it is 5 times faster than your MySQL and 3 times faster than your PostgreSQL. Please understand that. And we started creating this what we call as this RDS instance. Okay, this RDS instance yesterday. So yeah, in RDS instance, yes, we have created what we call as a MySQL server. Okay, especially I did it in Sandbox. Probably most of you has done through normal login. If you can do in Sandbox also, it's okay. So with the following parameters, you see this one, these parameters are very important. Whatever are the parameters which I am giving, I have noted down also. So DB identifier is database -1, master username is admin, ** is the password which I have noted down. So I have selected T2 micro, but in your canvas, you can select T2 micro or T3 or any other things also. Yes, storage also you can give 20 GB, and yes, I have given all the prescriptions here. I think while doing itself, you have noted down all the things. The most important thing is public access, you need to give it. Yes. Okay. So now the database port is 3306. Let me also start the sandbox environment, which I have created yesterday. Let me check. If it doesn't work, then I need to redo again all the things. Because that browser is refused to connect. I don't know whether this will start or not. Let me check. So yes, with the other parameters, most important parameters is that you need to see that thing is like monitoring. You have to disable. We have to disable, that is a prerequisite, and backup also you can disable. These two are very important. Database port we have noted down 3306, and rest of the other things, most of the things are defaults. You can see all the defaults which are there. I didn't change anything. Only thing is that the initial database name I have given as Anand. Okay, the rest do not change. Disable automated backups, disable enhanced backups also, and maintenance also you can leave as it is. Version small minor version updates, etc. Deletion protection, please disable. If it is already disabled only, you can leave it as it is. Once it is done, we have created this RDS server. The server is ready. It will take approximately 3 to 5 minutes to get the server ready. Okay, so yes, that is the thing. Here it is rotating, but not yet anything has happened. Yeah. It has just started. Sandbox. I think something has started. Let me see. Let me start the lab. I think already the lab is started yesterday. So I already specifically mentioned about this sandbox instructions yesterday. Okay. So yes, I had kept this copy of this particular one even in the sessions folder also. So the lab status is in creation. Let me wait for a few minutes and then I can access the lab. So if it is there available, okay. If it has got terminated, I don't know. Then I have to redo the exercise once again. Let me see. Let me see what is the status of the current one which is there.
So one
Yeah,
thing,
meanwhile, anyone, any questions, you can ask me.
yeah, sir. One thing, enabling of storage auto scaling. That we need to put yes, right?
No, yes or no, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. You can have yes, even
Only
you can
the
have.
storage we should be auto storage we should be put as a no, right?
Which one? Which one you mean to say?
Auto storage.
So this is 20 GB.
Yeah, no.
Storage is general purpose
That is
SSD
size.
with 20 GB.
That is size. One
Right.
feature, public access. I have put it yes, and disabling one thing.
Monitoring should be disabled. Detailed monitoring.
Yes.
That is must. It is a prerequisite.
Yeah, that is backup. Backup is also will be.
See, why I tell you auto storage is that you are not going to increase the storage beyond 20 GB until unless if you keep a database or something like that. We are going to use only a create a test database, nothing more. So it will not use much. So whether you enable or not, it will not cross 20 GB. That's why I was mentioning. But here, monitoring and all these things incur a lot of charges, detailed monitoring. So he has not given for sandbox environment also. And same thing even for backup also, even you can enable because 20 GB is given to you. So you can, but still disable that as a practice. Right?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? Yeah, any other question? Meanwhile, my lab gets started. So I hope.
One thing also, sir, I just wanted to know if we have like let's take an example. If we have created any instance of database, right, and we have configured all these properties, and by mistakenly we have opted some features which should not be opted. Later on, can we make the changes, or we should be
You can make.
terminate
You can make.
then?
No, you can make it.
It.
Certain things can be made, certain things cannot be made.
Okay.
Certain things are dynamic. You can do. Suppose if you want to change the class of the system, that is T3 micro or T2 micro to something else, you can't do that.
Correct. That is understood. Yeah.
Certain features, I'll show you how you can do that.
Okay.
How you can do that. All those things. Many things you can do, but certain things cannot be. Right? This is fully managed. You configure, you trigger, and then automatically Amazon will take care everything. We need not worry about all these things. If you click automated backups, Amazon will take care automated backups. We need not worry. You tell the frequency every 5 days, he'll take every 7 days. Specify the interval time, he'll take it. That's why it is called fully managed. We don't worry about the instance. We don't worry about the what we call as application patches. We don't worry about the OS patches. So nothing to worry. All these things Amazon will take care. Even backups also Amazon will take care. So very administrator less working. You can say that users can do their task accordingly. So yes, my lab is ready now. I just click on my AWS. Let me see what has really now whether the database is there or not. Otherwise, I need to create. I hope everyone else who has created should be having the database. So this is my RDS, which is there at the top. I click that RDS. Let me see what database. If it is there also, it should have been created by this time. 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes it will take for the database to get created. Yeah. No, there are no DB.
We created in the free tier.
No, I didn't create in free tier. I created in this work labs only yesterday. I was demonstrating. So here there is no lab. Okay. I just quickly do this particular one. So standard create. I think they will give 3 hours or 4 hours of time. Within that time you need to create. So I'm once again giving all the options for the members. I think Jiva, yes, who has not attended, you can see that. So free tier. I'm giving this free tier. So this database name is database -1. But please note down all the things what you are doing. So I'm just repeating all the things, star, star, also star, star. I'm giving str, str. In instance configuration, even though I can give T3 micro, but I'm giving only T2 micro. Yeah, storage is general purpose, 20 GB. This is okay. Connectivity default VPC, okay. Public access is yes. So just VPC is default. Availability is no preference. Additional configuration 3306. Password authentication. Expand this additional configuration. So what is the database name which I wanted to do? Where is that? The database name, database.
Anand.
Yeah, database. Initial database name is Anand. I have noted down. You can also note it down. Yes, I did that. And then the parameters, okay. So enable automated backups, I'm disabling. Also enable, what is that? I mentioned that enhanced monitoring, please disable that if it is enabled. Okay, it will incur charges. Maintenance is okay, no preference. Deletion protection, now not required. It's okay. Deletion protection means that if anyone deletes, it will take an AMI. It will take an AMI backup completely. The database, everything will be taken. So create a database. So it is as simple as that. So we have done all this. Now, once the database is created, you can see here, this is the database. It is still under creation. It will take 3 to 5 minutes of time. You can, this is the, what we call as, this is the database server. This is part A. Okay, part A. Now, please listen about the part B part. Part B, let it create. The second part is that to access the database server. So you can access the database server in two methods. First method, which is most commonly been used by using an API. Again, I repeat, the first method. Second method also I'm going to teach. First method is that you can use an API. The API which we are going to use is Mysql Workbench. So what you can do is that just go to your system and say google.com. You can say Mysql Workbench download. You get this community edition free of cost. So this developer mysql.com downloads. You see this URL. Okay, you just click that. One click you can download. So you see this one, MySQL community downloads. So if you are choosing an operating system, you can choose whether it is a Mac or Windows or Ubuntu or whatever it is. So for me, it is Windows. Just scroll down, you can see Windows x86. Otherwise, you can scroll and say go to download page, you will be redirected. Otherwise, for me, since it is Windows, it is already there in the front page, the first page itself, just say download. It is 44 MB. So it is asking for login and sign up, but don't worry about that. No thanks, just start my download. So 44 MB. Please do that. Meanwhile, the database will be created. So this one, once it has been downloaded, this MSI file, double click this one. If your laptop or desktop is already having, no problem. You are half done, nothing required. So here just run this particular one. So sometimes it will ask for Visual C++ also. Please be careful. If your system is having VC++, it's okay. Otherwise, you need to install that. Just alert me if it is prompting like that. Otherwise, just install this one, complete, and say install. It will take a minute's time to install this Workbench CE. CE stands for Community Edition. It is a small 40 MB program. Later on, if you do not want, you can delete also. And from this, most of the people, all the database people use this Workbench only, especially for MySQL. All the database development or whatever it is, they use this one.
Can you, sir, repeat which option we need to select? Because in my case, it's showing 215 M. You said that 44 MB, right?
44 MB, yeah. So which one is this? The one URL? dev.mysql.com?
Correct. That is the correct one. Yeah.
Okay. So is this your Windows system only?
Correct.
Right here it is there already. Other downloads at the bottom, just say download. 44.5.
Yeah, in case of your, it is says 215 for me.
No, it is already highlighted in the website itself. 44.5. Don't click anything. Go to download page.
Go to download page. Okay.
No, don't click that.
Okay, I didn't select that. Still it is showing same thing. That's what I.
See the front page itself. Front page itself will show you 44.5 MB.
MSI installer MS. Okay, MySQL installer MS for other window. No. It give me two options, either 54.8 M and 215.9.
I didn't understand. See this page, is this the same URL you are seeing? https://dev.mysql.com/downloads workbench.
No, it's not Workbench. It is MySQL. Okay, Workbench.
Then I cannot help you. You please go through this workbench, MySQL workbench. You are downloading something. I wanted this workbench.
I got it. Now I got it.
Ah,
We should be selected. No, thanks. Just start my download.
right. 44.5 MB if it is your Windows system.
Correct that.
See, this is an API. This is not MySQL. I'm not installing MySQL. I'm only installing this workbench. So the client part here, there is no server. We are only using the client. So once you are done, everyone, you should see like this. Welcome to MySQL workbench, like this. This is the main page. If you are at this page, leave it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it says MySQL Workbench requires Visual C++.
C++. So if that is the error, then just download first this particular one, Visual C++ download. Okay,
Yes.
Visual C++ download. Just say in Google, latest Visual C redistributable. This is the one. Okay, so this
Yes.
particular one, and scroll down. Don't select ARM64. You can select x86-64 or this particular one, x64. Just click this one.
x64, yes.
x64. Just click this one. It should download. It's 24 MB. You can install this first. Once after this installation, don't disconnect this particular one. Leave as it is the page. You can finish off this one and just try.
Okay, sir.
It will take a minute's time, but it will do.
Yeah.
So this is the best method where all the SQL, developers or whoever uses this particular one. May I know who all has completed and has this page? Welcome to MySQL workbench.
For me, it's ready.
So
Yeah,
Raven is
I
ready,
have it ready.
Vansh is ready, Sai is ready. 3.
I'm installing Visual ++, sir. Just
Okay. Satvika and Shashank installing. Others.
For me also it's installing.
Okay, Vinay is done. Yeah, can I hear from Naveen and maybe from Jiva, Sharmila?
Installing.
Sorry?
Installing, sir.
Installing, still installing. Okay.
can I change, sir, our drive, or it should be taking by default program files? We
It
can
will be
choose
in
any.
program files only. How can you change the drive?
Okay.
It is,
in
it's your application files, right?
application.
It's not your user data.
And we should just select the complete one, not custom
Yes,
one.
yes, absolutely.
Install.
First finish off in case if it is asking Visual C++, and then you can do this what we call as MySQL.
Just do.
Yeah, take your time. I'm just closing these two.
Finish.
So you can also see, some of you, the database is now available. So it has done completely. You can see this one. See, it is available. All of you, I think the status is now available. Okay, just to understand this one, this is the name of the database -1. That is how we have identified. It is exactly the same. You see this one, database -1 DB instance identifier. If you would have given a different name, it would be in a different name. So this is basically a MySQL community, the type of database. Here itself it is showing. And the region which I selected is US East -1, US East -1F, 1F. That is the zone. And I have selected T2 micro, status is available. You can see there are no activity which is going on the database. If there is any client login, etc., you can see here, there is activity, something like this here, but nothing is there. These are the default VPC, and there are no availability zones, multiple files. Okay, if one failure, the other one also will take care like that. Right. Click the database -1. Click the database -1. That is the identifier. You have many things here. Let us identify. I'm not doing anything. Let us identify. You see this on the details. As I mentioned, CPU activity is this much, current activity is no connections, status is available, class and all these things are done. See this one. I'm scrolling down. Connectivity and security. Just copy this endpoint into your notepad. That is most important for me now. Okay. After this, what is my endpoint? Very, very important, this one. This is my endpoint. This is how I can connect to this database. Public, especially. I have made it public. I know I mentioned that, right? Public access, yes. If you made it no, then you can do it only in local area network. That is in your private network. So this is public. You can access through the internet. Right. Port is 3306. Yes, we understood about. VPC is default. Subnets are default. Security. So this is your security group. You can see this particular one. Even you can click the security group. You need not click. I'm showing you the security group where 3306 port is open. If it is not open, then it won't work. It won't work. You see this one. This is your security group. The inbound rules. I'm just showing you the inbound rules. You see this one. All traffic. All traffic. Oh, okay, it's not. It's not. It's not. See this one. There is no 3306 port open. So I need to edit. I need to edit this one. You can see this one, all traffic. This particular rule ID. Add a rule and say MySQL Aurora, and say source anywhere needs to be open. Again, once again, I teach you this one. So security group is not opened. I just go to the environment. So everyone who has done, ensure that the security group is opened. So this is my RDS. This is my RDS. I have clicked the database. Please do that. Security groups are very, very essential for us. So once you, again, I'm showing you from the beginning. So this is your database. Click the database -1. Okay. Security. You see this one, there is a security group. I hope everyone is doing. Even if you are doing the client part, just keep it aside and start doing this particular one. This is most important for you. Security. VPC security. Click that. Because port 3306 should be opened. This is how your backend gets connected. I mean, your database gets connected from the public. Like port 80 for website, 3306 is MySQL port. So what do I do? So this is my security group. You can see, click this inbound rules. Click this inbound rules. Scroll down. Did you see this 3306 port open? No. So what do you do? Edit inbound rules. Same procedure of how we add. So here there is no 3306 port. Add a rule. Don't disturb the original rule. Add a rule. So what do you say that? Add rule. Scroll down. Scroll down. MySQL Aurora. Immediately 3306 port will come and say anywhere. And say anywhere. Save rules. Save rules. This is always necessary because this is a firewall. If you don't open this one, you cannot connect to the database server.
Anywhere IPv4 or 6?
Anything. IPv4 is enough for us. IPv4 is enough. I hope everyone understood and everyone has opened this inbound rule. Save these rules. Done. Done this particular one. Now you
protocol
can see.
Protocol is a TCP only, right? Because it's by default selected to protocol.
Yeah. Protocol is always TCP only. So MySQL and Aurora should be displayed here. Allowed 0000. So if you see this particular one, you can go back. You can go back to the RDS.
But we did add it in the before creating the database, right?
We did, but it should have added, but it is not added here. System should have done, but it has not, because it is a firewall, right? It is expecting you to configure.
Okay.
Security feature, na? So it always expects you to do. Right? So yes, this part is now configured. Security, very, very important. Ensure that public accessibility is yes for us now. If you are doing in a VPC, then it's not required. So that's all in this particular one. You can see this replication not there, proxy is not there, everything is there. Okay. Monitoring, we have stopped monitoring. Detailed monitoring will not be there, only basic monitoring will be there. CPU usage, something like that. Detailed monitoring is priced, so we don't do that. I'll teach you this monitoring also. And basically understand that how your CPU is being used. Every 5 minutes it does. Every 5 minutes it does. You can even expand and see also. 1855, 19 hours, what is the CPU usage? So it has initially to 60, it has come down, 10%, 5% like that, right? So this is only for your information. I'm showing you whether it is a CPU or maybe whether it is what we call as your IO or network, or all these things will be shown. IOPS also will be shown. Okay, so this is about monitoring, logging and events.
Yeah, I haven't. My database is still getting created on this.
It's okay. Just listen this one.
So that's fine, right?
It's okay. Just listen. I'm only explaining, right? I didn't do any
Yeah.
activity. I said only thing, open the firewall. That's all. That you can do also at any point of time, because we did for port 80.
Yeah.
Right. Just listen. I'm only explaining. So just wait in case if you are not created. Yesterday actually you should have, but it's okay. So this is logs and events. You can watch and listen. That's all. In CloudWatch alarms, I'll be speaking CloudWatch and all those things later. But still you can have all the events. Events can be recorded in CloudTrail. So those things also are there. You have basic events here. DB instance, roster, deleted, started, created, etc., etc. All these things, and also the logs. Detailed things can be done using this CloudTrail, etc. And you can see this monitoring configuration. You can see this is the configuration which is there. So instance class is DB2. These are all events only which are there, which are there. Only certain things can be modified under actions. Okay, as I mentioned. Okay, replicas, migrations, etc. Not many things you cannot do. The solution is that, like you see, suppose if you want to configure your backups, you can do that, configuration of backups and all these things. So earlier we have disabled the backups. You can modify this one, go to settings, and then you can modify the backups and etc. You can create the backups. You can take a snapshot also as needed if you want. So these things can be done, okay, but not many things which are there. Your tagging, you can do that tagging if you want. Earlier we didn't do the tagging. So you see this one, once your database is ready, see this one, I came back again. Once your database is ready and available, you can see this database -1 is having the first one. Click that. So naturally, please copy this endpoint. That is more important for us. So I just made a copy here, endpoint. All done? So database endpoint should be ready. MySQL Workbench should be ready. If both of them are ready, please let me know. We can start connecting the database.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, Raven ready?
Ready, sir.
Okay.
Mine ready, sir.
Yeah.
Mine's ready, sir.
Okay.
Ready,
So,
sir?
yeah, Shashank.
Yeah,
is
it's
ready.
ready, sir.
I am ready.
Okay. So go to this Workbench. You see this big screen. So what you can do, the first time you need to configure and set up your backend. This is your what we call as this API to get connected to your database. How do you do that? So in MySQL connections, you see this one, there is a plus mark. Click that plus. First time you need to configure. So as of now, nothing is there. So connection name, you can give whatever you want. You can say my database connection or something like that, or your own name or whatever it is, DB connection or DB server. Anything, whatever you want. Here, free to provide your name. So, and this is standard TCP IP only. Don't change that. Even though you have many things which are there, we are connecting across network, standard TCP IP. And in host name, remove of this 127.0.0.1 and paste the endpoint. This is your endpoint, right? So you have already copied. This is the endpoint. This is your host name, and please give that. Port is 3306 only. Don't change that. It is already configured. Again, I repeat, host name is your endpoint. Username. What is the username which you have given? You already noted down. It is admin. So replace root with admin. Password. Whatever is the password which you have given, provide that. In my case, it is **. str. Say OK. Schema, leave it blank. Schema, leave it blank. Okay. Once you have given all the parameters, just say test connection. First time, test connection. You should see successfully made MySQL connection. You should get this message. If you are not getting, report me.
Got it, sir.
Got it? If you are done perfectly everything, you should get it. Successfully made the MySQL connection means that this client is able to understand the server and it gets connection. Did everyone get? Please provide the endpoint. Please provide your username. Please provide your password. Exactly same to same. If you're not doing, then you may not get. Schema can be left blank. Method is TCP/IP. And once this is done, just say OK. Just say OK. You get an icon here. You get a template. Double click that. Automatically it will open the SQL editor. Yeah, this is your SQL editor. And what you can do, line number 1, which is written, you can ask show databases and say semicolon. If you are familiar with DB, you can do it on your own, whatever it is. Okay, this is your execution. The third one, 1, 2, and 3. Third one. Just say enter that. It's trying to connect and show you it will execute. You can see your database Anand is available. So here I have given my database as Anand. Your initial database is available. Let me know once everyone is done. Show database. This is the first command I'm teaching you.
Yeah, can you once again show like after opening the MySQL, like where should we navigate?
You see this query editor? Query? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
query.
In the query line number 1, you can write show space databases semicolon and press the third button. I'm highlighting this one. Execution. You should see the database which you have created.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thanks.
What about others?
Correct, sir.
Got it, Shashank?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's nice. Others? I want from everyone.
Yeah, got it.
Yes,
Raven, got it? Okay. Jiva, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got it, sir.
Yeah, Sharmila got it. Okay.
Got it, sir.
You got it. Oh, Satvika got it. So everyone got. Naveen, I think I'm not able to listen for anything from you.
Sir, got it, sir. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone got it. Now, see, I don't know how many of you are database experts, but see, once you get this show databases, you can see this database which is there. Then what you can do, you can say in line number 2, use Anand, means that you are selecting this database. Okay, you are selecting this database. These are only very, very small commands. I'm not asking you to learn, but just do that. And the third one, show tables. So in every database you can have tables. Okay, show tables, and you can execute all the things if there are any tables which are there. So the first one, it has displayed you all the things. There are no tables in Anand. Okay, there are no tables in Anand. You can see here. If you want to create a table, yeah, you can create. I have given a short notes also. You can use that notes. So you can see this. Where is that notes? Where is that notes? Yeah, commands which are there. So detailedly I have explained small things which are there. You can see this particular one, create, okay, or select asterisk from product. If you have any tables, okay, show tables. You don't have any tables. If you have table, then you can see the records. So how to create a table? I think I have that. One second, give me some time. Yeah, I'm showing you how you can create a table. Okay, I'll create a table called as maybe AWS create table. I'm not an expert, but that's why I'm seeing and writing AWS. Just say AWS, okay, and just say bracket. Don't give semicolon, bracket, okay, and say maybe I can say name, okay. You can define what is the varchar, okay, varchar. You can say maybe 20 and say not null, give a comma and say maybe something else, maybe ID or something like that, maybe ID, you can say integer, not null, okay, enough. I am creating a table like this and say close the bracket and say like this. Semicolon is the termination value. So I'm just creating the what we call as table, create table. So yeah, press enter and then execute.
To, remove the comma after not null in the second ID int.
Sorry, where?
The comma in line 7 at the end.
Okay, last comma is not required because we have given the termination values. Yes, absolutely rightly pointed. So I'm creating this table now. Yeah, now the table is created. So I just delete, I open another one. Maybe I'll say show tables. Say, let me see, one table is now, should be ready. Yeah, AWS table is available now, You can see this, create a table. Or maybe select asterisk from AWS should show you if there are any records, if there are any valid records. Okay, I'll just press enter and then see that whether any data is there. There is nothing. I will insert some value. I'll insert some value to this particular one. Maybe insert. I'll open another one. Insert. You can write small or big into my table name is AWS values. Okay, I can say the structure is I know that Anand, the name first is name, comma. I need to give in quotes because this is not number. Anand, okay, comma, and the number. Maybe I can say 301. 301, and say maybe I can say comma, maybe one more record if I want. I can add another one. Maybe I can say another one, name 2. Say maybe 302, something, anything which is there. So once this is done, you can give semicolon and say maybe you can say execute.
The table letter you have given in capitals.
Oh, I think it should be the mistake. AWS. Yeah, it is correct now. Let me see. Select asterisk. AWS also should be small. AWS. Yeah, I can see. I can see the records. I can see the records. See, this one is not mandate. I'm just showing you all the things. Okay, this is not mandate. I'm just showing you all the things, how you can create, edit, or whatever it is, Okay. I think this is enough. This is enough. If you want to add more records, you can insert, and then if you want, you can do queries, etc., etc. All these things. The table has been created, and then we added some data also to see this particular one. If you don't say asterisk, if you say maybe name, it will tell you only name. It will tell you only name. It will show you only name. Yeah, it is showing you only name, or anything which is there. Anything which is there. The status is shown whether the command is executed properly or not. Yeah, any questions from anyone? This is the first method using API. Yeah, anyone, any questions? No questions? Everyone is done? Yeah, please respond so that I can show you the second method also.
Yeah, I did that, but the insert, I get an error.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We need not be an expert. If you see show tables or maybe show databases, if it is the initial database, it works. It works.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to share the video. You can see that. Otherwise, even database fundamentals also will show you all these things.
Yeah, sure.
Or there is W3 schools also. You all might be familiar with that. So you can see website of W3 schools. Right. So yes, now I'll show you the second method where you can also do this particular one. So this is one way where we can use this workbench. I'm closing this workbench model. Now what I'm going to do is that, see, I already have, what is this? No, not required, this one. See, I already have this. So what is that? My RDS console here, right? So I'll just duplicate this one, right click and say duplicate. Maybe what I do, the second method is that from your EC2. The one method which is from the workbench which you have done. So from the instance, how to access. So go to EC2. You have your RDS console here, leave this one as it is. So what I'm going to do, the second method, please remember, this one also may be very important for you. You launch a Linux instance. You launch a Linux. From the Linux instance, we will connect the database. Okay, so we will do that. Launch an instance. So just select with all the parameters, same parameters, like you can say maybe opt out. right? So I select this Amazon Linux. I'm quickly creating. Yeah, choose the instance type T2 micro, that's okay. Configure your instance details, leave as it is. Add storage, leave as it is. Add tags, leave as it is. Or you can say maybe name and say maybe database client, DB client. I'm giving that's all because I'm using for that. Security group, ensure that you enable the port 3306 because this is our client, right? So we need that. MySQL Aurora, okay, and say anywhere, okay, review and launch. See this one? I hope everyone is following me. In case if anyone is not following, please stop me. So launch. I'm using this key.
Adding port says the source needs to be a CIDR block or a security group ID.
The 3306.
The port is already auto-selected. If I
TCP,
select
IPv4. So this is a walk key which is there. Select that and say launch instance. So the server is getting. See RDS you already have. I have created a Linux server. Now for creating Linux server, it should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes for all of you. Very simple Linux server I have created. This is your public IP. Ensure that your security group, you see the security group, your 3306 is open. 3306 is open apart from your SSH 22. Just wait for 2 to 3 minutes till you see the server running. So already I have noted down certain things. I'll tell you this is one thing, this is my endpoint port, I know that. So I have made a small notes also. Where is that? This is my install client. So how to do that? I'll show you. There is a URL here. There is a URL. Just follow this URL. I'll show you here. Click this one. Meanwhile, I'll first show you. Yeah, the database server is database client server. See, this is only a tag name, nothing else. This is only a Linux server. I'm showing you the second method of how you can connect your RDS server, right? So this one just connect. You can connect even using SSH also from there, but here also I'll connect. Just say connect. Yeah, I have connected. The first and foremost thing what you can do here, just follow the steps. Yum sudo yum update -y. Always yum update -y means whatever is the latest updates which are there for the OS, it will update, like your service packs or whatever it is. It will do sudo. Sudo is a mandate for us. Yeah, no package is marked for update. It is done. It is done. If you want, I can wait. So now what you can do, this is the URL which is there. Just copy this particular URL and open in a new box. So this is a docsamazon.com. How you can connect from EC2 instance is detailedly mentioned here. Connecting to a DB instance running the MySQL database engine. Okay. So this is the lab. Okay. So the first step is yum install Mariadb. So this is the one.
Can you tell me once again how do you reach to the console?
See, you're asking the basics.
No, actually, yeah, I remember that, but I'm a bit confused now.
See, practice is more essential. I tell you only one thing, just to go to your instances. Where is that instances? You have the instance ready, right? Select the instance and say connect. You can do it from SSH also. That part is also there. Just say connect.
Oh, okay.
You will get console.
Okay, got it. Earlier we connected from a system, right? I mean,
yeah, SSH, that is also there. See, multiple times I do in multiple varieties, because for you to understand, because only one way if you go, what about the other things?
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that other things you can forget. Yeah, that is high risk. So sudo su hyphen, you can give this command, first command, sudo su hyphen. So you'll get it in hash prompt. So once you get, no need to give sudo afterwards. So you can note down also all the things which are there. So here, how to configure, okay, my SQL client on Amazon Linux EC2 instance. Okay, so after this particular one, sudo su hyphen, that's all, space hyphen, you get hash. Now you can see the steps. So this is your documentation. I just pasted here, which you need to follow. So now next one is that once you get hash, you just see this particular one, scroll down, we need to install MariaDB. MariaDB, just get into this particular one. This is the one. So yum install MariaDB. Just say, all right, yum install MariaDB. One step. So it will ask you 8.8 MB, just do that. Is this okay? Yes. So it is installing the client. Perfect. Now, once you have done that, you can say that apt get MariaDB client. I don't think this is required for us to install command line on dev-based. If it is an Ubuntu server, then give this one. Otherwise, not required. We did already, and now it should function. MySQL hyphen version should work. MySQL, okay, hyphen version should work. If it is not coming, then there is something error. So it is given already. MariaDB 15.1 distribution 5.5. Something MariaDB for Linux, absolutely working, absolutely. You can also see this man MySQL also should work. Man means manual. Man means manual. Manual means the documentation. So it should work. It should work. It is working. This is documentation. How to come out from the documentation? Q for quit. Q for quit. You should be familiar with Linux. As I mentioned last week itself, please learn Linux. I have shared all the relevant documentation, videos, notes, everything. And it is up to you. If you are clever, you will learn. If you are less clever, you will learn later. But it is mandated that you should learn. So it is up to you to think that whether you should be clever or less clever. Okay, start learning at least one video per day. By this time, you should have learned most of the things. Most of the things. Okay, so my thing is only to tell you what is important and what is not important. And this is very, very important. It will make you more comfortable. So now the last important step, how you can connect your instance. So you see this particular one. Where is this? Where is this? Okay. Okay, I'll teach you like this. CLEAR, clear. Okay, write it as it is. MySQL. Now connecting to my server. MySQL hyphen U, username is admin, hyphen P, leave it, hyphen P for password. If you want to write password, you can write it here, but don't write. Hyphen H, that is host. That is host. What is the host? Is the endpoint. This is the endpoint. Just say copy and say paste. You can see this one, entire thing. Don't try to write this particular one. It may not perfectly work. So the command line, you can see MySQL hyphen U, username hyphen P, leave it. Password. It will ask you the password. Hyphen H, you need to provide the endpoint and press enter. It will ask for enter password. Provide the password. STAR. It has logged in. It has logged in. You can ask show databases. Yes, it has. Anand is there. You can see whatever you have done also tables, whether these tables are there or not. Use Anand. Yeah, I'm into the database Anand. Show tables. It is. AWS is already created. If you want, you can describe the structure. What is that? Okay. Otherwise, select asterisk from AWS. It will display all the records which you have created. Yeah, it is showing. These are the 2 records. If you are done till now, fantastic. You have learned, how to connect database from the backend. So sudo su-u. So the next part is yum install. Has been done. The second one, and the next one is once after this is done, you should see complete, and then afterwards you can verify MySQL ---- version. This is only for verification. Also, we have learned about man for manual, MySQL, manual entry, Q for quit. Once this is done, finally, to connect to the database, we have given MySQL -u admin and -p -h endpoint.
Can you show the command to connect it?
So, yeah. So just show the text pad.
Which one?
This notepad to us.
This one?
Yeah. MySQL. I reached it till version manual entry. Q for quit. Okay.
Manual is only just see this one, Q for quit.
Okay. So it should not be necessary to execute, right?
Sorry?
Man MySQL is not necessary, right?
You can try. See, doing all the things for the first time is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man MySQL. Okay. Now after that, MySQL. So copy from the this URL as well, because I didn't get actually into the folder.
Which one?
The how to configure MySQL client, the URL from URL onwards.
Did you do this one, sudo su -?
Yeah, those the steps I have done, but
yum install Mariadb.
Yeah, that is also done.
Okay, here if you want, you can give -y also. Yes. And then, is it working MySQL version?
Correct. That is also
then it's okay, fine.
No, I'm just say copy when you pasting into the WhatsApp, just copy the paste this URL is how to configure MySQL in, so that we can check the steps later on as well.
Yeah, this one, same thing. This is all this thing.
Yeah.
See here, this is only show database. We have already created a workbench over there.
No. What I'm trying to say, sir, if you are going to provide this step on over the WhatsApp group, just copy from the beginning of URL how to configure, not just from the command sudo.
You mean to say this particular, all this thing, RDS?
No. For today only that you have. And just
This one, I am just doing that actually.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So we should copy that.
So even this URL also, I have it in the notes. I'll just share all the things. HTTPS, how to configure.
Yes. Only these things.
And also I'll share the recordings, but the recordings may be available day after tomorrow, I think. It's taking a long time.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
AWS May, no, July, right? You can check in WhatsApp. So the most important things you can see, what is that? Yeah, this docs is also there. And even here, I think I'll tell you. Yeah, here also I have given you create database. If you want to create a database, so show database, exit, create a user if you want, you can create, importing a dump. You have a database file, how to import into the, how to import the table into the database, okay, how to log in, all these things also are there here. So you can see this in session 9, which is there, okay.
Yes, sir. I'm able to see my tables as well.
Right, that's nice. And one more thing which I want to tell you is that the complete video recording is available in YouTube. Whatever I have shown you, everything is available. In playlists, you can see this Amazon Web Services. But for solutions architect, not very much depth is required for us. So you see this one, this is about 11 minutes video, web services, RDS and connecting MySQL Workbench. Okay. The second part is not there, which I have taught you now. The part which is there is 5-number video, how to connect from Workbench. You can just access this video and just see that. So you can see this particular one, the complete video is available. How to create the server and how to access from a Workbench, everything is available.
So the first way which you accesses by the API, then can you just repeat the API name which you have told?
MySQL Workbench.
Okay, that is only okay. Fine.
Yeah. So I also share this video link in the WhatsApp. Go through. Spend at least 1 hour of time. Minimum, I say that. Otherwise, you'll be in risk. You'll be in risk. So once my exercise is complete, what I can do, why this is coming like this? Okay. So once I have done, I can terminate by instance. So you see this one in database, both you can do this terminations. I can go to instances. So terminate one by one. Even if you leave as it is, because you are in a sandbox environment, if you want, you can terminate here. Otherwise, go to this particular one. Where is that?
And lab.
And lab, that is enough. It will automatically get terminated. It will automatically get terminated. You see this one? Where is that? Where is that? Sandbox environment. If you want keys, the walk keys, everything, you can see here. I just forgot to tell you, all of you, if you want the keys at any point of time, because you don't have this PEM keys right now, right? So what you can do, you can download this PPK key or PEM key here and log into your Linux server as needed, as needed. You see this one, if you say download, it will come down automatically. You see this lab PPK or PEM key. It is created for you. No need to generate again PPK. Both keys are available.
For the sandbox environment means if
Yeah,
you
for the
want to
sandbox.
connect,
Every time it gets changed.
Every
Every time it gets changed.
Correct.
So if you're logged in now, just download now. Next time again, if you start, you may get a different one.
Got it. So if you want to connect with the sandbox instance, we can connect through the putty by using this PPK.
By using these keys. Absolutely correct. Right? So once this is done, yeah, you can end lab. You can end lab. All the resources, whatever you have, you need not worry. But only your responsibility is to end lab. So once this is done, all the resources, whatever it has been created, will be terminated slowly. And you can close automatically also. You need not do anything. But in free tier, please do. Please do everything on your own.
So is it not mandatory we should delete first EC2 instance, then DB? We can take any one of them, like
anything, because both of them are independent only.
Independent each other. Yeah.
Do we have any some sort of any sort of credits in accessing this lab? Because yesterday when I was going through this welcome and overview, I did in course support or pre-course survey. I did read about some credits. Once the credit expires, we will not be having access to the lab.
Certain labs has credits, not for all. Sandbox environment, you don't have any credits and you don't have any marks also, grades also. Nothing will be there. That is for you, you can work across.
Actually, credits as in not in terms of what you are getting when you've done the lab, rather any sort of time limit, something like that.
Absolutely. It will be displayed at the top itself. I think 2 hours is their time limit for sandbox environment. Afterwards, the resources gets terminated. Again, you can start.
Okay, it's like we have to restart once again.
Yeah, it will be stopped. It will immediately close the box also. It will close. So
that's what your instance yesterday you have created got.
It has gone after 2 hours. So resources will be destroyed automatically.
So can we delete this database also from free tier?
Which one? From free tier you have to.
Yeah, that's what.
Free tier, whatever you have created, please remove all the things. Your instance, your RDS instance also. While deleting this RDS instance, please ensure that you don't take a backup copy. What is that? A snapshot.
You said the deleting might take an AMI, automatic AMI, right? But we didn't select that option.
No, we didn't select. So
Okay,
it will give you a warning. It will give you a warning. Should I take backup? If you say yes, then automatically it will take an AMI backup. A snapshot will be taken.
Okay, create a final snapshot. Not a file.
Yeah, that untick that.
I acknowledge that upon deletion, automatic will no longer be available.
Correct, correct. Please read unless you are not confirmed. I mean, you have to see everything. If you're not understood, please ask.
So in this snapshot or backups for this DB, if it has been taken, where would these be? In the regular snapshot window?
Yeah. You can see in the RDS dashboard itself, snapshots, 1 by, something like that will be there.
Oh, yeah, right.
The RDS dashboard itself. You can see the instances 0 by. If there is something, then see the billable items are your RDS, okay, snapshots, your AMIs, those things are billable. There are non-billable items will be there, your security group, it's not billable. There is no charge for that. Security groups, subnets, and of course maybe something like what we call as key pairs. No, there is no charge for all those things. Yeah, everyone has completed termination, everything. Housekeeping is a must.
Yeah, so but in my case of while we deleting database instance, I tried to delete me, but still it is not enabling the delete button.
See, read the sentence once again.
To confirm deletion, type delete me into the field. Is there any gap? No.
Delete and space.
At top, there would be a field where we have to acknowledge, sir, that I'm not creating a backup and then.
That also please ensure.
So we should be checked that I acknowledge that upon instance deletion, automated backup, including the system snapshot endpoints, time recovery will no longer be available. Is that
That's all. That you need to acknowledge.
Yeah, got it. Now it's available.
Yeah.
Got it. Delete it.
The parameter groups and subnet.
Those things are okay. Leave it. We used only defaults and we didn't create anything.
And it will be taking some time to delete this instance while similar like it was taking a time for creating because it removes all the database tables and everything, right?
Everything. It will remove the RDS total instance itself. Nothing will be there. Okay. Now it's good time. Please open your canvas. So this is module 1 and module 2. Let us understand about module 3. I'll speak about module 2 later. Module 2 later. This is global infrastructure and all these things. Module 3, add a storage layer. We have already done all the storage layer. So I'll show you, I'll assist you for this knowledge check. I'll assist you how to do this knowledge check. See, the good part is that from your batch onwards, from last Monday onwards, they have reduced the score from 80% to 70% for all the knowledge checks. Earlier it was 70%, 80%. So now they have reduced for all of you 80 to 70% knowledge checks. That is enough for all the knowledge checks. But guided labs is 80%. Knowledge checks 70 is okay. So just open this knowledge check module 3. I'll help you how to do. So you must secure score at least 70% or higher to complete module 3. You have unlimited chances and the knowledge check has 10 questions. Please start. So everyone ready? Module 3. Yeah, ready everyone to start
Yes,
this
sir.
knowledge check? Okay, just to start, the questions will start appearing. I want you also to help for the answers. So the first question, Amazon S3 provide a good solution for which of the following use case? A data warehouse for business intelligence, an internet accessible storage location for video files, that is an external website access, hourly storage of frequent access temporary files, a cluster of traditional Apache Spark and Hadoop installations to process big data. Yeah.
Second option.
Huh?
Second option, internet accessible.
Absolutely. It is internet accessible storage location for video and external website access. That is perfect. So it is not a data warehousing for business intelligence and it cannot be used for temporary file. It is permanent only. And it's not for big data also. It is an object class file system. It cannot be mounted across. Just say submit. Yeah, correct. This is correct. Right. The second question. A company is interested in using S3 alone to host their website instead of a traditional web server. Okay, S3. Without having a web server, they want to use it S3. Which type of content does S3 support for static website hosting? Yes, please. HTML, will it work? Static website?
Yes.
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 Client side? Client side scripts.
Scripts,
Yes.
Client side scripts will work. Server
Yes.
side scripts?
No.
No. Dynamic HTML?
Yes. Dynamic HTML. No. It
No.
is static. It is static.
It's
So
static.
dynamic would not
Mentioned
be.
very clearly.
Correct.
Video and sound files?
That is also static. We can put into that. So it should
So
be.
can you play your movie files from Google?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Think about that immediately. You'll get the answers. Yeah, it is correct. The only thing is that server-side scripting and DHTML won't work. Third one. Which scenarios represent a good use of Amazon S3? Hosting a root volume of a live operating system. Can you use for operating system?
First option, no.
Storage, no. Hosting the root volume.
Root volume can you use for S3?
No, I don't think so.
No. Providing a mountable file system for Linux-based workloads? You cannot mount this S3, first of all.
Correct.
Backing up critical data?
Yeah. That is
You
correct.
can use that. Exposing a virtual tape library to an on-premises backup systems?
That is correct. Exposing
Is this a storage
virtual
gateway?
No, exposing
Storing
no.
computation and analytical data?
Yes.
Yes, that is right.
So this is not storage gateway, right? This is only storage gateway can only be linked like that. Just to submit. Yeah, it is correct. The fourth one, select 2. A company wants to use S3 bucket to store sensitive data. Which actions can they take to protect their data? Fourth. Yeah. Uploading unencrypted files to S3 because S3 encrypts the files by default.
Correct.
Do you agree?
Encryption is an option which we select, right?
Encryption is only for data transfer. It is not for files.
Okay.
It will be there as it is. It will not touch the data inside the files. Okay. It is only while data transfers the encryption happens. This is clear. The fourth one, A is not correct. B. Enable server-side encryption on the bucket before uploading sensitive data. This is a good practice. Yeah, this is a good practice. Enabling server-side encryption on the S3 bucket after uploading sensitive data. Before or after, you have to choose.
Sorry, before.
Before only.
The second option.
Yeah. So using client-side encryption to protect the data in transit. Okay, that also is good.
Yes, that is also good because key they must pass and then
Using secure FTP to transfer,
correct.
no, it can't.
No.
It can't. So just say, let me see. Yeah, it is correct. Fifth one, a company must create a common place to store shared files. Which requirement does S3 support? Select 2. Recover deleted files. Maintain different versions of files. I think
Yeah.
if you delete it, see, why do we use versioning? The answer is versioning actually. If you delete also, still you can recover the previous one. So recover the deleted files, you can do that. Maintain different version of files. Okay. Lock a file so that only one person at a time can edit it. No. Attach comments to the files. No. Compare the file contents between files. Can you do that? No.
No.
So A and B should be the correct answer. Yeah. The fifth one, A and B. So sixth one, a customer service team access case data for up to 30 days. Cases can be reopened and require immediate access for 1 year after they are closed. Reopened cases require 2 days to process. Which solution meets the requirements and is most cost efficient? Store all case data in S3 standard so that it is available whenever it is needed. So do you suggest that? It is too costly, right?
No.
No.
Yeah. No.
The archival strategy.
Store case data in S3 standard. Okay. Use a lifecycle policy to move the data to S3 standard IA after 30 days.
Yes.
Okay. I take that. Store the data in S3 standard. Use a lifecycle to move the data into S3 Glacier after 30 days.
No, it will take longer time to.
Glacier is not suggested because retrieval won't work. Store case data in S3 intelligent tiering to automatically move between tires between axes of frequency. This is okay. This is okay. This one next, to automatically move data, but you need to write the policies also, right? Define the terms. Okay. Yeah. Which Amazon S3 unaccelerated data transfers have an associated cost? Yeah, I told you yesterday.
Regions. To other AWS regions.
Out to other AWS regions.
Right. Out to other AWS regions will be chargeable.
Out to the internet.
Out to the internet also is chargeable. To the internet, not to the S3, to the internet. Anything which is coming out from the internet will be chargeable. I think that's all. CloudFront and all these things are included in the charge. That is accelerations. This is unaccelerated data only he has mentioned. Let me see. Yeah, it is correct. A company is migrating 100 TB of data from on-premises data center to S3. The company connects to Amazon Web Services using 155 Mbps per second line internet connection.
AWS
transfer is fastest and cost effective.
AWS Snowball.
No.
Data transfer.
The only thing, 155 Mbps, 100 TB means it will take more than a month's time.
Yeah.
This is terabytes. This is megabits, Mbps. So this divided by 8 will give you how much? 20 megabytes per second. So 100 TB means mega, tera, oh, lot of the giga and tera. It will take
Given
ages.
months, maybe it will take
more than a month's time. More than a cost effective also should be there, right? So it will be loaded actually if you do this using. Snowball should be the perfect one. Let me see. Yes, Snowball is good for transferring. Yeah, a video producer must regularly transfer several video files to Amazon S3. The files ranging from 100 to 700 MB. The internet connection has been unreliable, causing some uploads to fail. Which solution provides the fastest, most reliable, most cost-effective way of transferring these files to Amazon S3? Yeah. Snowball Mobile, Snowball S3 multi-part uploads. Console.
We didn't.
So
So this one I'm using my intelligence only. It's not Snowball. Snowball also 700 MB. See, this is again regular files, right? The internet connection is also unreliable. So use multi-part. So 700 MB only. You can't ask for Snowball or Snowmobile.
Yeah.
You can't ask for this.
And that too, it's multiple times. So.
So files range we don't know. So multi-part uploads should be the better answer. Yeah. And last one. Which qualifies vary by AWS region? Select two. Cost effectiveness, because qualifies. Yesterday I mentioned that regions will definitely, cost effectiveness will be there. Data privacy? No. Data privacy is same for all. It is the user's responsibility. High availability of workloads? No. It is the configuration done by the user.
for more customers.
Service and features availability? Yeah, it can be. Features availability, certain regions have more features and certain features has lesser features. You can select that. Capacity for more customers? No. No. I don't know. Sometimes it may be E also. Sometimes I don't know. A and D I have given.
Space and feature availability, it's more of a same for every regions, right? I mean,
no, features will be more. Certain regions are more services available. Services will be.
Any example?
Like I'll tell you, the regions, the availability zones will be more for certain regions. The availability zones will be less, and you can have more what we call as multi zones. Let me check.
Okay, so it's not like all the services which are available within AWS are not available within the region.
Definitely, because I want to create a cluster environment in multi-availability region. So at least 3 or 4. Certain things may not have, certain things may have.
Oh.
Okay, minimum 2 will be there. But sometimes we may require 3 or 4 in different availability regions, multi-agents. So you may not get. Okay, this is done. That is correct. So you got your score is 100 points. So you can just see your modules. Module 3, it should have been ticked by this time. Yeah, module 3 is done. Knowledge check is done.
If we redo this, we still get new questions, right? It's not that the questions would be re-repeated again.
No, same questions you'll get. Same order, same questions, everything same.
Oh. So no point of doing this once again?
No point. I think 2 members has not done. Vinay and Sharmila, rest all has done. Shashank has done 1 wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. So here 2 members. My suggestion, please complete Vinay and Sharmila at the earliest. So this is how you need to do all the total checks and everything. Right? I'll be seeing all the things as 100%, everything complete. Yeah, any other questions before we sign off for today? So today we have completed the first part of RDS, that is MySQL server, etc. Tomorrow I will explain about this auto scaling. Okay, auto scaling, very, very important one. Otherwise, maybe Monday I'll explain about auto scaling. Tomorrow I'll go through this DynamoDB. Please create your sandbox. You can do all your exercises in sandbox itself as needed. But still, if you want to do in what we call as in your free time, you can still do that.
Do we have to create anything ready for tomorrow, or like we will create during the
No,
class?
nothing. Just terminate everything. Tomorrow I'll speak about DynamoDB. If time permits, we will also do one knowledge check.
Okay.
Okay. And my suggestion this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we finish off the guided lab for part 3. And also tomorrow I'll suggest if there is part 4, yes, you can do that. Don't accumulate till the last, or it will be a problem for all of you. And remember, if you do all these things, then only you are eligible for 50% discount vouchers, exam vouchers. Okay, so if there are no questions, then we will meet again tomorrow, same time, 6:30. So till then, bye from me.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.